What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Sunday Sessions with Rich podcast. I have a special guest today. You guys know this guy by now. He don't need no introduction, but it's my man Rambo. Rambo, welcome back to the show, bro.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks for having me on again.
If you haven't already hit that subscribe, comment, I want to hear from you. Rambo, man, we got to dissect the matrix as always, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for being on. I know before we I had press record, we was talking about NPCs and um just not feeling fulfilled at work anymore and just feeling like it's, hey man, if something ain't sitting right with your soul, we got to dip.
Yeah, definitely. It's not sitting right with you. So yeah, recently I quit my new job. I started a new job 2 weeks in. Felt like an NPC.
Yeah. For those who don't know what an NPC is, what's NPC, bro?
A non-player character. So basically, Grand Theft Auto, for instance, you go in and you're trashing all the bars or whatever. You just got the barman behind the bar doing the same thing, or Joe running up and down, or them guys walking down the street singing songs and stuff like that. You just go beat on. That's just the NPCs, and that's what you do to them every time you see them. On the game, it's just that's what I felt. I felt like I was just a guy who works in the gym and in a game, and just I don't know. It was.
Imagine imagine like the people you see on an everyday basis. Like, for example, I go to Costa every day and you see the same people every single day. Are you an NPC player just filling a void in that space when I come in there to get my coffee?
Yeah, I think so. I kind of think of the thing of we're all kind of NPCs and we're forced to be NPCs, but then you can become aware.
So is that when the awakening happens?
Awakening, yeah, I'd say when you wake up, you see around you that people are just conform with what they're told and obey, and like whatever comes through the TV or the radio or anything, just go along with that. So I'd say these people who were saying, wear your mask, they're full NPCs. They're just doing what the gamer, whoever's playing the gamer, is telling them to do, controlling them to do. That's how I kind of look at it.
That's so true though, because you think about it. I was watching. There was a video on Twitter that was spiraling around. It was a guy who was harassing this lady for not having a mask on in the store, even though we have a choice whether we want to or not. And he had like his little vax card. And he was like so aggressive, like, you're a shame to this country. And I'm like, bro, you sound like you're reading the news right now. Like you one of the newscasters.
That's it. Most people just repeat what's on the news, don't they? That's an MP. That is an NPC. But then if you're working, like, I know everyone has to work, but this is where I'm saying we're kind of forced into being like an NPC. You just got to work at 9 to 5, wake up, go work, come home, have your tea, go bed, repeat.
Same. And then you look up 2 weeks later and it's like, fuck, what did I even do the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, you're that guy you're then the guy in Grand Theft Auto game doing the same thing over and over.
And then even on the weekends, bro, like when you got them 2 days, some 2 days go by quick and he's like, fuck, did I even do anything? And now we back on Monday schedule.
Yeah, you finish at 5 on the Friday. By the time you get that day is gone, and you've got the Saturday, then a Sunday, you're preparing to go back on the Monday.
So fucked up. That's so fucked up. So I know there's a lot of people who listen to this who are like, you know what, fuck my job, man. I don't want to be an NPC.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck this job. Fucking no more. And it's just something inside me told me I can't do the job, though. Do you know, I had it was like my soul was telling me, you can't work this job.
Because we was messaging about this, I think it was a couple of days ago, and you was like, Rich, man, it's just something not sitting right about this job. I might quit today. I'm like, bro, if you feel it and it feel right, go ahead and pull that trigger.
That's it. It felt right, and since I've quit, I've not had no regrets.
That's you surrendering though. You surrender, like, look, something telling me this shit ain't for me. Now, whatever next is go, I can't get there until I remove this blockage. So that blockage was that bullshit job that you wasn't having fun with.
Yeah, crappy shifts. It's just,
and it's not
like fun. Some people. I can see how some people enjoy working in the gym and stuff. I can see how you could like that, but it's not for me.
Not for you.
No. And I thought it might have been. I thought I'd give it a try. Honestly, it's like I just went with my gut and just thought, you know what,
bro, I'm the type. If I don't fuck with the job, I'm just dipping. Especially like when you know you too good for it. And then it's okay to say
That's,
you too good for the job because then you have standards. It's okay to have standards. I'm too good
yeah,
for this shit.
definitely.
At this stage of my life, I'm too good for the shit.
Defo. And like we was talking with the NPC thing, I recently watched a movie called
Yeah, you said Free Guy, right?
Free Guy, yeah.
I gotta watch
And
that shit.
blew me mind, to be honest. It's like this guy who's waking up doing the same thing every day, wakes up at the same time, goes for a coffee, goes to work every day, and he gets robbed at the bank. He works in the bank, gets robbed every single day. And then he starts
Damn.
one day, he goes to the coffee shop and he goes, I'll have a cappuccino instead of a coffee. And everyone stops and looks and they're all like, oh my God. And then he goes with the coffee anyway, to stop it upsetting everyone.
Yeah.
And then when he gets robbed at the bank, he kind of takes the gun off the bank robber and like puts these glasses on that the bank robber. It turns out the glasses are the VR headset. And he's actually
No.
just an NPC in a game that's there to get robbed every single day in the bank. That's just his job. Go to the bank, get robbed, go back to, and that's all
Damn.
his part in the game is. You know,
Bro, that makes me think about the because I always say like we all just characters in this shit. So
that's
with
it.
that example with the gun robber, he's playing as a character for the guy's experience in the bank to get robbed.
Yeah,
That's
that's
his
it. And
programming.
and when he puts his glasses on, he sees he's part of an online game, and
That's
he's living in the
crazy.
online game, but he's an NPC who gains consciousness and realizes there's more to life than this
If
every day. Do you know?
if that's not a fucking telltale sign of what this all is, man, this all this. I mean, you know, this is all what movies are. They reveal to us the true nature of reality. We think of it as a joke. We don't take it serious.
And do you know what? It's directed by the same guy as the Truman Show, who
Yo,
is also the same guy who made Simone, the other movie. It's just like all them
damn. So
three.
they
Just
know this shit, man.
yeah, of
They know
course
this
they do.
shit. They got to put it in our faces. That's fucking wild, though. Because okay, so this everyday reality, you know, we're all NPC characters going to work, same shit every day, la la la, and then you know you have your spiritual awakening. Something isn't right here. It's got to be more than life than working until you're retired and you miserable. Because if you think about it, bro, it's. No, I feel like people breaking out of this now, but it was a common thing where you just have to stick through whatever job you're working through because for the money. But if you ain't feeling this shit and you unhappy, that's draining. You're
That's
not
it. I felt like
happy.
Free Guy was in that work. It's like something different. I need something different here, do you know? And it's
Something
good.
ain't
He
right.
kind of levels up. Do you know, like how you level up on a game? He
Mm-hmm.
levels up to become human within the game. Do you know, like it's
That's
pretty crazy. It's deep. It's a deep film, but they make it like it's a comedy, but
because
it's not.
if you think about it, a lot of these shows, I mean, you gotta have the comedy to because I mean we all know the Matrix is a documentary. You know the Truman Show, damn, pretty much was a fucking documentary. But stuff like that but even too, maybe the comedy aspect of it is supposed to plant a seed for somebody to think about later on. Because think about it.
Yeah,
Let's say it's a part of the Free Guy movie, right? That's funny, hilarious, something go stick in there. And then let's say 3 days later, something happens in the reality. The subconscious mind remembers that part of the movie, like, wait a minute, wasn't this just? And then shit start
yeah,
clicking after that.
definitely. And I think they use comedy, so you kind of laugh along at how stupid the idea would be for
Mm-hmm.
that to be a reality. Do you know,
Yeah.
just laughing along with it, like it's a comedy, really.
But is it really a comedy or is that shit real fucking life?
That's it. Yeah,
Cause I
that's
be, bro, I be noticing like for example, I go to Tesco and then you'll just see the same people, and then I always wondering like, okay, if I interact with you, are you gonna come online? Are you just like a empty space? Like, do you even exist when I walk away from this building right now? Does this building fucking exist when I fucking leave? Like, it's all these
exactly.
questions.
That's how I look at the world when I'm walking around myself. You know,
Yeah,
like, can I interact with you? Are you even a real? Because you
yeah.
can, but you can interact within a game with an NPC. Can't you? Can go up and like press square, and he'll say something back to you. Do you know, like,
Yeah, yeah, like the basic video game shit. Like, hi, how
yeah.
are you? That's so
But
fucking then too. Okay, and then I have a theory too, bro. Like, you have your rude people you interact with. I'm like, okay, are you a robot or you guys a just a complete program, because I do think some characters in this game are just probably like artificial robots in some kind of way. They gotta be, because some souls are just heartless and you don't see like nothing between the eyes.
Celebrities and that, innit? Really, like,
Man, especially that have you peeped that Nicki Minaj shit on
yeah, I've had a little
Twitter?
look, yeah,
What's your take on that?
on the
I
it's
heard,
about the vaccine and stuff.
yeah, like just her told, because like I
Feel
have friends. I
like
don't care what you do. Just don't force it and do that whole mandate shit. I don't care what decision you make.
that's it. I feel like when you have these celebrities speaking out against it, it's to like further divide, and it
Mm-hmm.
makes a full on anti-vax and vax, because then they'll go on to call her an anti-vaxxer and stuff like that. And I feel like it's not to give the thing of a pro-choice person in the middle. You're either vax, you're either pro-vax or you're anti-vax. And I feel like these celebrities who come out, some are pro-vax, some are anti-vax. It's
But they're
just to
puppets
make
though.
that divide, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So people, their followers will follow them all as anti-vaxxers. And it's just, to me, it's just making a full divide. And no one talks about, well, what about just my choice? Like, if I
Right.
want to get corona, if corona's real and that, and I want to die from it, then let me die. It's my choice. Do you know what I mean? Like,
But they call you selfish, bro. I had an argument with a
selfish.
I had an argument with a best friend. I was in Denver, Colorado, it's like last month. We were drunk. It's like 1 a.m. I couldn't get into the bar because I'm not vaccinated, so I don't have like a little vaccine passport shit. So you can feel like the tension, like judgment, like, oh, you're one of those people. And I'm like, bro, it's just pro-choice. So we had a bar, me and my homie, and he's like, why won't you get the vaccine? You're selfish. What if there's an old lady who is susceptible and you kill her? And I'm like, bro, fucking relax, man. If yours work like it's supposed to work, then it doesn't matter what I do. Isn't that? I mean, that's the logic that's being overthrown right now.
That's it. And the logic I can't get is that they're being told you can have your double jab, you can have your booster jab, and you can still get it the same.
Bro,
Like,
that's the
I
fucking
can't get
wild
my
part.
head around that.
Like
Like,
again, if you feel that you need to get it, by all means, I'm not judging you. If you feel like if your body needs it, do what you need to do. Because I had one of my homies, I had her on last week, Erin. She got it and she's perfectly fine. So I'm like, okay, as long as you're good and you don't have any, complications, all good, all good. But it's just like the if it if you need 3 boosters and even those boosters don't do shit, there's something ain't adding up.
that's it.
Something adding up.
Something to anyone else. I just can't see what they get from
Maybe it's that
what they're
that
getting
that
from.
false sense of security. But too,
I
I've been noticing, bro. Even because everything is a stage, right? Everything is meant to trigger people awakening. So for those who fully believe that, because think about it, 2 weeks to flatten the curve, that 2 weeks turn into lockdown. Then it's, if everybody gets this, then we go be back to normal. Okay, a good chunk of people are vaccinated, but they are still catching COVID, and then people are dying or having complications from the vaccines. So those people who believe, if I do my contribution to getting us out of lockdown, we can get out of this. But then you seeing your people dying or having complications, it's like, wait a minute. And
and
then they
that's
start
it.
waking up when they come on our side, like, yo,
That's where I think though. What if it's just nothing and they're using the power of the mind to
that's
have
what
the
I'm saying,
people? Yeah,
bro. That
some
was
people are getting vaccinated and they're getting ill based on these what they believe inside. It's what your
because you
subconscious believes. It doesn't matter what you're thinking at the front, like, oh, I'm all right, I'm all right. But if deep down you're having those thoughts of what if it makes me ill?
you're still, bro. So okay, damn, and that's so true. My last guest, Aaron, was talking about this too, because we was talking about just the frequency of the vaccine. If you, because you're still responsible for how you program your body, right? So if you, for example, if you did take it and you tell yourself, okay, I'm good, my cells are reacting perfectly to this, I have no complications, but you're programming your body and reality to shift, versus in the back of your head, even though you do got it, fuck, I can still catch it. And that's probably why people are still catching it, because that subconscious belief.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's like you. they've made it, oh yeah, it can kill you. They've again, if you're believing, oh, it can kill you and stuff, so you have got the anti-vaxxers, it's still making a belief that the vaccine is something when it could just be nothing. It's like a kind of a trick, like on the mind, how they say, oh, the moon landing was fake. This is what I think. They say the moon landing was fake, but that makes you believe you could even land on the moon to begin with.
Exactly.
And really, it's just a light, and it is no physical moon to land on. That's what I kind of think it's a reverse kind of psychology thing to get you to believe that there is actually a vaccine at all, and it's not just water or whatever.
If this is just we go. I'm not a scientist, but I'm a critical thinker, and I think as a critical thinker, I get some G class 14 right to say some shit. Okay, if the first vax doesn't work, and then you have to take a second one and that doesn't work, you got to take 3 boosters, and then you got to take a Pfizer pill every day. I think it's like 2 twice a day. So you already probably had like 10 fucking foreign injections in your body that you don't know what the long-term effects are. And that's all we're trying to say. It's not about the whole anti-vaccine shit. That's just the narrative they use to divide the people. But it's the simple fact that we don't know what the long-term side effects are. So with that being the case, I'm gonna make a pro-choice decision to trust my natural immunity because I already had COVID. I beat it. I'm fucking fine. Why would I need a vaccine?
This is another thing. This is another theory. I had something that made me pretty ill. I felt like I was pretty ill, and it was in the summer. It could have been the flu. I believe it was the flu, but I believe I didn't get it until people were vaccinated around me. That's when I believe I got this illness. I don't believe, if I'm going to believe anything at this minute, I'm leaning towards the fact that you can't really get anything in your body without being injected. Like you can't, like everything has a side effect, and the side effects could be to pass a flu on or something. But I got ill after people around me had been vaccinated, and they'd been vaccinated when they hadn't even had anything.
I follow someone on Twitter, and they talk about the vaccine being a frequency as well. So you was probably picking up on whatever, I don't know what's in the thing, but you're probably picking up on that energy, and it's making you, feel away.
Yeah, because that's just, I'm like kind of only like, I believe 90% that the vaccine is nothing, but then with the 10% is just because I did get ill and it was after the vaccine. And there is a lot of theories of what if there was no virus until it was injected into your into your body to break down.
Bro,
you can't get any. I don't think your body can get ill without taking pills, or you have to put something in your body to get ill. That's what I feel.
And then too with those, I haven't seen many out here in the UK, but do you guys have like those 5D towers too?
Yeah. There's a few around there. Yeah,
bro, it's a shit ton in America compared to here, and I'm like, okay, that was that introduced into our DNA, or the energetic makeup of us, and then that's what's making people sick too. It's a lot of shit, man.
Maybe. I believe the 5G is not a killer thing. No, I believe that it's all like it's just a G with another number on, and it's technology that's always been there, like the iPhone, and it's just been next release. And I feel like this is to now just be able to say to, because you can have all these, basically you can have what they say they have in China, where it's like your facial recognition scanners and stuff like this, where
it's still so invasive though when you think about that shit.
Yeah, definitely. But I believe if they can put enough protesting, enough terror attacks, enough just chaos, they can say, right, and then they've got the defund the police thing. With all that, they can then say, okay, we're going to introduce these cameras, and they run on 5G. So then that makes all this 5G thing okay then, and they run on 5G, and it's to police the streets. The police are under massive amounts of stress with everything. And then it's got you, when I've looked into them, they kind of scan your name, your face, and then at the end of the day, you've been putting all this information into the data system for years with your mobile phone, your fingerprint, your face. They've got it all. So they already know who you are. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's when they've got these cameras on, they're linked to the same system. And I believe they already use them in some way, but they're like,
Especially with
I believe
iPhones,
that,
bro, with the facial
yeah.
recognition shit.
And I feel like all this scanning you with your phone, Apple Pay and stuff, eventually they won't need cashiers in shops. It'll all be,
That's the
and you
point.
can't steal or anything because you're
You
on the
can't.
camera, you're connected to it with your phone,
Damn.
you're locked off. And that's
Damn.
without sounding like trying to scare people. I feel like that's where they're heading, and it's just been a.
I mean, look at Australia, bro. And I mean, that's what's going on over there is wild. And it should like be an eye opener for people to be like, look, it's not. There's a 99% survival rate of this shit. Why are these extreme measures going on? Like you forcing people not to see their families. You can't go outside. You have a police dictatorship walking around. Is that for people's health, or is this about control at this rate? Because this ain't about health. Because they're not
Not
telling
about
you
health.
they
And I
lock
feel
down
like
they lock down the gyms. You can't work out. They bribe you with fucking fatty foods to get the
to
thing.
get the vaccine.
What? They're not telling you to exercise, have a healthy diet to build your immune system. No, eat this Krispy Kreme donut, and then if you get jabbed, you get a Krispy Kreme donut. And if you're overweight, you don't need to lose weight. Eat this Krispy Kreme and still get the jab. It's like, what, bro? Y'all contradicting y'all fucking selves.
That's it. And in the end, they don't need any. The people police themselves. That's like don't they really? Do you know, even with your mask and stuff in the shops, I got approached a couple of times, of people about not wearing a mask and stuff.
Yeah.
Usually older people, but
Yeah, and that's rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because they feel they just like, hey, man, because you got to look at it from everyone's perspective, right? Those old people, they like, why need you take care of me? Because my immune system weak, and it's like, okay, grandma, but I'm an ox. My immune system's an ox right now, so you straight, relax. I hate those fucking masks. I'm anti-mask. If I'm anti anything, I'm anti-mask.
Anti-mask.
Them fucking.
And have you seen in the UK now? They've currently said they're scrapping the vaccine passport. But I think that's
bullshit.
Like false hope. Yeah,
Boris like go throw that back in there.
Yeah, and they've given a plan A and a plan B, and the plan A is like, oh, everything lifts up, and we just carry on as we are, and then plan B is like mandatory masks, vaccine passports, and mandatory vaccines, whatever. But
it's fucking stupid, bro. Like, if you feel like you need to wear a mask,
people do on their own. Still now, I see people on their own walking down the street with a mask on and thinking, just NPC, why? Why?
But then, like,
that's like the mask guy that walks on down the same street, gets off the bus at the same time, and I see a guy, honestly, with a mask that gets a bus same time, walks past straight into the pub. It's like,
see, if you feel that, hey, but the outside part don't make sense to me. But everybody's fear level is different. Fear is the true disease. Fear is the illness. So at that point, you fearing yourself to get the fucking shit at that rate. But if you legit need to wear one because you have respiratory problems, X, Y, and Z, okay, cool. But then, so for example, I was at a shop yesterday, and this guy didn't have a mask on, but when he walked in the shop, he put it on. I was like, what was the point of that? What was the point of that? You walked past the same people, but when you got in the shop, you put the mask on. So what's the point? You was already exposed. So what's the point?
It doesn't make sense.
It's just like little shit.
People, that's through the self-policing, where they're a bit worried about being confronted by somebody, I think.
That. I was the guy when people looked at me when I was last out here. People looked at me, and even in America, they looked at me without my mask. Like, what are you doing? I'm choosing to breathe. The fuck? That's what I'm choosing to fucking do. You can't fucking breathe in this shit, bro.
That's it. And no one ever said it was never the law. Then like people was running with it like it's the law.
No, it says a requirement, which means I have a choice.
Just guidelines the whole time. Never a law.
Never
a choice. They give you a choice, but told you didn't. They kind of used.
But you got it.
Yeah, and I didn't like it. They called it a face covering in most places, so it's covering your face. It's not even a mask.
Fuck. And then Oh fuck! Don't get me started on this stupid math shit, bro. It's fucking pointless. And shout out to human vibration. I keep telling people this anytime I have these fucking math topics. If you can smell a fart through your fucking jeans, the fucking virus shit go through them damn face cloth masks. Okay, so at that point, bro, shit ain't working unless you got the
Yeah.
N1, the N9 duck
Yeah,
fucking
with a
thing,
fucking gas mask.
bro. I be at when I'm and I don't do this to make fun of people. I do this because it genuinely concerns me. When I'm lifting, I see people with like mask on and you extend it. I'm like, bro, I know you can't breathe and you could potentially like, pass out from that shit. So I don't say that to joke. I say that because that like generally concerns me when I see people working out with masks. I'm like, that's not safe. It's not healthy.
Not at all. And it's something you see a lot. And then there's what else have they said about that recently? I had something else that's checking me. Oh, so that was it. So like they've said now, care workers, as of like yesterday in the UK, get sacked if they don't have the jab.
But we needed you during the pandemic, but now that it's like what?
you didn't need the jab all the way through the pandemic. It's fine. But now the pandemic's over, you need a jab or you're sacked.
That's fucked. That's fucked.
I'd fucking quit. That's the time when you listen to your gut and you just quit.
But then too, think about that, bro. So everything comes back full circle. Those things were meant to trigger the healthcare workers to think, okay, is this really about the health of the people or is this about control? Because I bust my ass in these ICUs during the pandemic when you needed me. But now that I'm taking the time to, just choose what's best for me. Now I'm outside and now I can't work anymore. So that's another awakening. Like, what's really going on?
They're starting there with the healthcare workers because there's people who are out there who would only want healthcare from someone who's vaccinated. So if they monitor it, honestly, it's gonna what I believe it's gonna go to eventually all jobs, and they're just starting with.
There's a lot of lawsuits going on too, especially in America. People not going, bro. People waking up.
I hope so. I do feel like it's always been a battle of good and evil. So there is always going to be more and more people waking up. I feel like it's not just a one way. Yeah, we're doing all what they tell us, no matter what. I feel like there's someone there saw something waking us up at the same time. The other gamer,
the gamer, or the fucking consciousness itself. Think about it.
That's it.
Even the evil, bro. When I had my homie on, Aaron, we were talking about this too. Even the evil is just consciousness. Even the evil is just playing their role in this to wake itself up. So you gotta do the most outlandish shit, telling you, oh, you can't talk to your grandma for 3 months, or just the most outlandish shit to make you question, like, this doesn't make sense. But they're playing their role for you to wake up.
That's it. And I think that when you're an NPC, what if when you wake up from being an NPC, do you then become the gamer? Because that's when you kind of can attract what you want in your life. When you're the gamer, you go and get what you want. And that's what I feel like manifesting, like, bro. You're the gamer, you bringing it up. Now you've got the control pad, that kind of thing. You can see you can see all the NPCs around. You can navigate everything. I feel like I truly believe you can bring it your way. That's why I quit the job, because I know what's coming. Do you know what I mean?
No, because you know, bro. You the creator of your reality, so you got to be mindful of the info.
You go from being a character to the creator.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
And don't let someone hijack your beliefs in your personal matrix, because then and that's what's happening, right? The media and the narrative is hijacking individuals' matrices, and then
consciousnesses of
the consciousness.
Everyone, yeah, and that's exactly what it's for. It's its only purpose, I think. And getting everyone to get the jab shows that they've got that many people's consciousness, and even the ones that don't want it, they're going to make the majority always rule. They've got the majority.
I think they're lying about the numbers, though. I think they're lying about the numbers. Really. The people who actually are, I think they're lying, because they lied about the fucking COVID deaths.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who've had the jab though now, like young lads. Like I know a lot of young guys who have had it, and the reason they've had it is, I'm going on holiday. I want to go on holiday. Do you know, that quick, and they've not even mentioned that yet, but they're already saying, I'm getting it just in case I have to go on holiday. Do you know?
It's like, But it's that you're already creating
You're
that.
programmed to have it, and that's it. Like one friend went for it the other day, and at the last minute he backed out because they said to him, lie down on the floor. And he said, why? He said, just in case you pass out. He said, I'm not having anything that I'd pass out from. He said he got up and he just went. He didn't take it. And he said he's not going to have it now until it's time, till he has to have it,
But even I just because I think like it's tough, right? You have people who families, you have to, like, for example, I was speaking with someone, and I was speaking with someone from at work one time. It was a random client, and she was saying she had to get it because of her kids. So I'm like, I feel that, because you're a mother and you have to support your kids, so you don't have that choice of where you can't get it, because then how are you going to feed your children? So it's like shit like that. It's like the whole thing is fucked up. The whole thing is fucked up.
Got everyone caught in the kind of web, really. Everybody. And what's mad is going back to that movie again, and going back to the manifesting of stuff. When he kind of controls his own reality within the game, he's like realizes everything's fake, and he goes around like it's all fake, everything's fake, and he kind of has everything, all the cars, all the houses, everything, like the big boy GTA character. He had everything, that because he worked out that he was the creator within the world.
That's
it. It's honestly, you need to watch it. I'm gonna watch it again. Honestly,
it's
just one of them. It's one of them. When I walked out, I was like, "Wow, that's just right up my street." That film,
because it's simple, bro. If people can just grasp the idea that they're they create their shit, right? If they can just grasp that key concept, then you will start understanding the programmers that's in your everyday reality that's meant to hijack and persuade you to think differently, because then they want you to create that reality. So for example, episodes like this is important. I get new listeners all the time. So I don't know if you're the creator of your reality. I don't know where you are in your journey, but it could be something that we saying and that's like, damn, I never knew that. And then they start thinking differently.
Yeah, definitely. You're kind of attracted. It's like, I don't say the law of attraction, but I kind of see it as like vibrations and future. Like you kind of got loads of versions of your future self that you can kind of bring that one towards you, whichever one you want, and it's all a different path. You choose your own path and create your own reality. Because you sow it into, I feel like, going back to that power of subconscious mind.
Fucking love that book, bro.
If you sow it into the back of your mind, it happens. And I've seen proof of it happen over and over for me, and going back to quitting my job, I quit that knowing that it was blocking my path. Like
we was talking about that.
It's like they was I put a cap on myself, and that's all. This is keeping me down. So
it's a roadblock.
Yeah. And then now I'm back open again I already feel like my mind's working better and stuff. It was like numbing my mind and dumbing me down, working there, and everyone's double jabbed and all saying, "Oh, you're more susceptible to get it." And like, it was coming in there that it's a health kind of place, gym and saunas and stuff. People think that you should all be jabbed, don't they? Really? Who wants to training session off?
Wait, hold on, brother. This just washing machine. Well, can you hear that washing machine in the background?
No.
Oh, you can't. No. Wait, can you or can't you?
I can't hear it. No.
Oh, perfect. We good. Then we good.
I thought you could hear. I was going to ask you before. Could you hear my puppy barking? I've got a little puppy in there.
No, I didn't know if it was picking up on the feet, but it's cool. Yeah, but no, it's like you said, the power of subconscious mind. So they bank off the fear, right? If it's two powerful energies, love and fear. Okay, and the fear aspect is what's going to have a person's reality manifest quicker, because that fear is just vibrating, attracting exactly what you don't want. So I always say, if you don't want the shit to happen, change the station, change the channel, change your frequency.
Exactly. And I kind of picture it, if it was to picture us, everybody in a load of people in a room. Now I picture like electricity coming off different people but to only people who are on your frequency. That's how you
Exactly.
get new friends and you find girlfriends or whatever. I feel like they're on your frequency. And when you can change frequency, I feel like you can, but then you shouldn't. I feel like it's just, that's your level. Like people go, oh, I'm a social chameleon, me, or whatever, and I can get in any group. Then you're not being true to yourself. You're not being real. I just like to be real, me, and stay on my, like I've learned to always stay on my own frequency. And that's how you find the people and stuff who you're supposed to get on with. And do you know what I mean? You attract people on your frequency, I feel like, and that's it. And I believe, like, obviously there's a lot of different frequencies out there, millions, but there's a group of people on this earth that are on your frequency. Always. And you can go change frequency for the better. Do you know what I mean? Obviously you do. You get on a better frequency the more you kind of learn.
Change, because think of you, everyone's your belief is what it is based off the programming you've adopted. So that new opinion or reality can't be changed unless you accept new information as true. So if you feel something, I'm not in the position to persuade you until you're ready to accept new information as a new reality. And what's happening right now is a lot of cognitive dissonance where people are like, whoa, this is how I thought reality was. And you try to tell them, it fucking triggers them. But within that trigger, a seed is planted it can be for the next life, or it could be 3 years from now. Like, whoa, man, I ain't like what Rambo said on Twitter, but now I understand what this man was saying because I'm on that frequency now.
Yeah, like soulmates, people talk, oh, there's only one person for me and all that. Nah, there's billions. You're all on your frequency. That's the single soulmate is a psyop. I think it is. Your frequency is what it is.
Because you live many lives in one, bro. And think about that. You live many lives in one. That's fucking wild.
Many lives, and that's it. I think I've heard about this on another podcast, like how, like, growing up as kids, are you scared of monsters and stuff? And is that come from your previous life and stuff like that? How you? Do you know what I mean?
That's so true.
As a kid, before you've even watched a scary movie, you have nightmares and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
And then even too, bro, I'm not big on scary movies. Something with scary movies just don't sit right with me. I've never been a fan of it. Like, internally, my soul is like rejected that shit.
Yeah. As stupid kind of. Sometimes I kind of watch them as stupid, but there's only a few movies over my time that kind of stick with me, and the most recently is the one I've talked about. But then there's like the Simone one I've talked about before. That sticks with me, and it's more of, is it truth in? Some people don't believe in predictive programming, but what is it then?
But then people don't understand the subconscious mind. If you don't understand that, then they're not going to believe in predictive programming.
They don't have to necessarily, for instance, the Twin Towers, they don't have to necessarily show you the Twin Towers blowing up. They just put it in like a music video or something like that. It's just going on in the background or something. Do you know what I mean? And that's programmed in, ready for the event. And we've probably seen predictive programming already for what's coming next. You know, we've already seen it, and it's there and making us believe that it can actually happen, like, but exactly how we see it.
Doesn't it desensitize you though too? Like,
yeah, desensitizes definitely to all sorts of violence and stuff as well, doesn't it? And desensitizes you too. Like, we think we know what a plane crashing into a building looks like, and we don't.
I don't know what the fuck it look like. I never seen that shit.
Seen it on TV, and that's all of us know. But soon as we think, some people, they only need to think the word plane and they think of the towers crashed, don't they? That's how quick how programmed it is now. Like, when you think plane, you always think, like, for me, I think if I had to think of the Twin Towers, I automatically see the of what I seen as a kid when I seen it happen. You know, I have that image. I remember exactly where I was when it happened.
Me too.
And it was all.
But why? Why do we all remember
MK
that?
Ultra, Ultra scar, definitely. It scarred our minds, all of our minds, and it gave us an image of what that looks like for a plane to crash into a building.
Hey, I do want to, so I fully believe that shit was CGI. Now this gonna be controversial, but I don't give a fuck. It's Sunday session with the red shit. If we ain't talking controversial, what the fuck we doing? I think that shit was, of course, it was all a hoax, but I do think a lot of that was CGI.
Definitely CGI, I feel. But then you have the people that say, well, I've seen a plane. And another thought that it could be, do you believe they could project a hologram into the sky? Do you believe that can be done? That's takes a lot of thinking, because they're never going to, they show us that they have CGI, but they'll never show us what they don't have. And they show us they have holograms, but have they really shown us that they can project it into the sky for everyone to see.
You know what, Rambo? I just had a thought in my head when you said that shit. That Project Blue Beam shit with the whole alien shit.
Yeah.
I just had that message come through. I think that's exactly the same thing. That's probably what they saw.
So there is so people did. This is I believe fully no one's seen a plane, but then I don't want to dismiss anyone who says they did. So if they did see one, I'm going to say they've seen a hologram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did see a plane, but it was a hologram.
Yeah, but then that takes a lot of, you have to really think out of the box to think, can they project something into the sky for us?
Fucking 1000%.
And if we're in a dome, like I think we probably are, why wouldn't we be able to project something for all of us to see? Are we as far apart as we all think we are? Do you know, like countries and stuff, are they really that far apart, or do the planes have flight paths for a reason, so it takes so long?
What if so on my travel, back and forth, what if I'm like circling around a few times and I've already been there?
Yeah. How do we not? And the pilots won't know. They're just following the computer in the plane.
So I'm like, why the fuck is this flight like 8 fucking hours? Like it shouldn't be no 8 fucking
just
hours.
Fly around in circles.
Yeah. Like maybe pay 4 hours. Okay, I can get that, but none of fucking 8, bro.
Well, for that Project Bluebeam, could it be possible they put a UFO in the sky for everyone to see, and then you can't deny it wasn't there because you've seen it yourself, kind of thing? But the technology's so good for you, because it's all about illusion, really. I don't believe they actually can do any of. I just believe it's all the stuff for your mind. Everything is your mind. So they projected something, and enough people seen it, and I said, "Oh, it's fake." They'd be like, "I've seen it. You might have seen it," but they won't. The thought of it being a hologram would never.
But it's still people who think that the government is fucking for them. So at that point, can't convince them that. People forget what the government did last week, and now not last week, last year, and now they're your heroes because they want you to, take this to save the country. People
can't grasp that the government are not like that. They're not for us. Why wouldn't they be for us? Like they don't believe in. That's where I feel like the thought of them all being actors and characters is way too far for an NPC kind of mind. Say that the government are all actors and they're just literally just reading scripts.
But you don't know what you don't know. I didn't know this shit. Like, for example, I didn't know about, the whole prosthetic mask and CGI until I, came across your page. You don't know what you don't know.
That's it, yeah. Did you see that one the other day with the hand?
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? But it looked so real, bro. And you wouldn't even think. And I saw a little Biden's ear thing. You had a poster.
Yeah, the Biden's ear.
And I'm like, what?
Like, with that Biden stuff, like, I remember people saying, you're mad, you're mental and all that. And now it's just a thing. Everyone knows who wears a mask.
But you crazy to people who don't understand, but then they come around and they never say, oh, yes, he wasn't crazy. They just follow along the trip. Like, look, I try to tell your ass. But you ain't fucking listen.
And it's not just Biden. I feel like Biden is the one that letting us know wears a mask, because then you think it's only Biden, and he's
a slip up that throw people off the trail. But it's like, no, it's fucking everybody, bro.
And like, this is from Human Vibration. This where she kind of got this when they say like, oh, the real one's dead, the real one's a clone, the celebrities are clones now because the real one's in Guantanamo Bay. What if they were never real? They were never real to begin with. And it's just always been a character that they can take off the scene.
Who the fuck is Fauci? Never heard that guy damn my life until this whole fucking fucking pandemic shit came out, and then they've even come out and said that this was a pandemic, and people, it's like it goes over people's heads, like, bro, like, it's not about health. This is planned. They even admitted this. That's why this is so frustrating.
And I always think, are they mocking us? I feel like they're not mocking us. I feel like they're just giving out, because karma's real, innit? I feel like that karma side of things is what they're doing by revealing it to us, and they reveal it through movies, they reveal it in songs, and even, like you say, politicians actually say it and stuff, and it's to get that karma off, because I you see proof of karma all the time around, like I've seen it a lot recently.
You have to, so
crazy.
If we tell you in your face what it is, so we still giving you free will to make the decision, and that's how we go avoid our karma. Because at that point, we're telling you, hey, X, Y, and Z. But if you still go forth with it, we cool on our karma. We told you what the script was.
So if you're truthful, the karma won't come. You're not lying. Do you know what I mean? It's
exactly, bro. But people ain't grasping that concept. Or maybe, because think about it too, not everybody on Twitter, right? We get some real-time news. We congregate with each other, word spreads. We got most people on Facebook. It's only so much you go see on Facebook because it's all fact check shit. Or you getting mostly your shit from, let's say, CNN, or let's just say the news, period. So you already getting information that's meant to, persuade you differently, versus us. We're a community. We're sharing our information in real time.
Yeah. It's
just fucking nuts, man.
Isn't it?
That's fucking nuts. But I do have faith, man. Like a lot of what's going on is meant to awaken the people. And of course the media isn't going to highlight the protest that's going on, that is going to call you anti-vaxxed. But it's like I
have a lot of faith in it myself. But with protests, I don't know where I stand with them, really, because what did they do? Other than, like, I kind of see them as like a head count for how many people they've got proper pissed off to go on the street going mad. And it's just a head count, like, and if there is energy, and it is getting energy, and if maybe the camera kind of thing I was talking about earlier does come in, they've got a great excuse to use it. If they can get enough people protesting against each other, where it's a civil war, they'll have to with the cameras.
I do think a little war is gonna pop off, because if you say you can't grocery shop unless you have the thing, people will be like, what? But you can survive. This makes no fucking sense. The people just go fucking bonkers. I hope that's not the case, but it probably is. I don't know the way this shit going.
I feel like that's it. It's got the heading for something. I feel like they want some sort of war, whether it be world wars or
you think so, like some martial law, and they can like just pull out the the military.
And I feel like it goes all the way back to the George Floyd thing. Like how they started with the defund the police thing. That's your subconscious programming there. They're letting you know that in the future there ain't gonna be no police. They won't need police. I don't think there'll be.
That's true.
That's true. Technology, and they've always said one day, like, AI will rule the world.
You know what's sad though, bro? For like, when you break down, like, look, this is taken away. This is just wrong. The mandates, and if, like, I was watching a video where a family was refused service, and how do you explain to your children, hey, we can't eat here because we decided we know what's best for our body? How do you explain that to like your 5-year-old child who's saying, how come we can't eat at this restaurant? Or why is this person being mean to us? How do you explain that? That's fucked up. That's sad.
It is. It's really sad. And that's another thing that's talking about that with the vaccine. And kids are saying now, between 12 and 15, they can decide themselves.
No, they can't. Those are the most. They can easily be persuaded at that age.
By teachers in school, easy. Every teacher will be pushing that on the kids because they're brainwashed to do that. You know.
Don't you want to protect your mommy and daddy? And they're gonna say, yeah. They're gonna say, yeah. Then
that's it. Yeah.
Fucking take that shit.
Do you want to save grandma?
Yes. Like the answer's gonna be yeah. Easy. Don't you want to be the superhero for your family? And they be like, yeah, with a little cape on and shit, bro. That's fucked up. what should really be alarming is not saying like babies can get it. And babies have the most fucking purest natural immune system in the fucking world. Why do they need that?
They don't. That's it. It's
That should be
to
like an
start you
outrage.
breaking your immune system down early. I think that's why you have all those jabs when you're young, and everyone's got that scar of I've got a scar on my arm from like a needle as a baby.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is that poison scar in it? If it was good for me, why have I got a scar?
Because it's all about what you changing the DNA. You changing DNA and the frequency. And then one thing what people don't know about the whole jab shit. So you have the original like shit. Let me because I don't want YouTube to censor this shit. I gotta be careful how I'm explaining this shit. You got your medicine, and that medicine, you take a medicine for it. Okay. And then that's going to work specifically for that medicine. And then when a new medicine is introduced, that old medicine is foreign to the new medicine. So it's not going to work the same. So now your immune system is getting shot, and you keep introducing all these extra power ups, boosters, and you're fucking up your damn immune system.
Yeah, then you've got
hopefully you people crack the code, because I ain't trying to be censored on YouTube.
Yeah, and you get side effects, don't you? And then go on from there. You'll need something else to cure those side effects, and something else, and then you're in the circle of.
But they're telling you I take 2 pills a day. Two. When I read that shit, I was like, okay,
It's like you
mocking us now.
It's like, yeah, they're seeing how much they can get away with. I'm about to laughing their heads off like backstage.
They even tell you how much they making. They made billions of dollars. They mock it. We made billions of dollars off y'all ass, and we're going to continue to make billions of dollars.
Something else I've been saying as well for about 6 to 8 months now, that are they going to withdraw the vaccine? Are they going to withdraw it on the grounds of, that's why they've got so many different companies making them, and they can say, say the Pfizer one is give everyone this, so then they'll withdraw that one, and everyone will run to AstraZeneca or whatever then, and I'm going with that one now, and then there's only one. But the big thing is the private companies, the government had to blame. It's like
there's no waiver form if you get fucking sick. Now, if you tell me that I can sue you if I get side effects, then okay, sign me the fuck up. But if I can't, then I'm like, hell no.
Oh, that's it. It's
hell no.
You can't sign one. But that is it. Could it be that one is set to cause problems? Just one, so they can then get you on their one.
But that should be the wake up call to say that this shit ain't worth it if I'm having these fucking side effects.
Well, I hope so. That's where I'm trying to think. If it was to be withdrawn, would it be because it's not going to plan and
I just think shit go hit the fan and people just gonna be like, enough is enough, because the mandate's not making sense.
I do have a lot of faith that people are going to wake up one day and it's the Great Awakening. So if Q said one thing that was real, it's the Great Awakening, and it's happening, because there's never been so many people. Corona, like I seen someone say the other day, like the pandemic was a blessing. And it was to wake people up. It was not a bad thing, and it should that makes a lot of sense to me. Doesn't mean just because is what the bad things we're seeing in the media and stuff, that's the dark side, trying to put us back to sleep, put a blanket over us, like, don't get this done, get them all vaccinated. We've got the majority. They're trying to convince the majority, while the good side are trying to. Because I always refer to it as like the checkerboard floor just comes to mind all the time with me.
Bro.
Of the good and evil. That do you know what I mean? And on the note, something that gets with me, right, is the dark to light. The Q used to always say dark to light, and that goes back to the checkerboard floor in my mind. So light is truth. I feel like to see. You need a light, so that then you see the truth. Do you know what I mean? So then on the English £20 note, it says just randomly, light is therefore colour. And it's like, truth is colour. I read that. Truth. And then you see, like you say, they use those subconscious, them colours in what they wear, just in the background to sway your thoughts and your decisions on things, and you don't even realise they're doing it,
Bro, even with that, so I didn't really follow the whole Met Gala shit, but even like they're that being like a ritual, and the celebrities as they're mocking you and saying, "Oh, the Illuminati just got through with a ritual," and they're joking about it, but they're telling you this is whole this is a whole ritual, and it's just go over people say, "Oh, he's being funny." Like, no, they fucking telling you what the fuck it was,
Mm.
hidden in plain
I feel
sight.
like they tell us in kind of in colors. So there's a thing like McDonald's, for instance, would paint their walls their colors so you're in and out real
Mhm.
quick. Do you know, like subconsciously irritating you to get out of there. Do you know, like
Damn.
that's why it's fast. Yeah, so you're in and out fast. It's like there's little things like, and like the green, like how they say, like when you're walking in nature, it's like relaxing and stuff. So like they'll
Yeah.
put green to like kind of get to your heart. So like a lot of things I see with the news, they always like put kids wearing green because
Mm.
subconsciously it's pulling at your heartstrings and you don't even know.
That
You know what I mean?
because
Like,
the heart chakra is I think and guys double check on this for me. I think it is like embodied as green, so that makes sense. That makes sense
yeah,
because
it's
the colors are just a frequency too at the same
yeah,
time.
definitely. And it's just a layer. I feel like the colors are just like a layer of it's like anything like the symbols, like the number you see numbers, symbols, all sorts, and signs, all sorts. They
Mm.
definitely use all that, but I feel like that is all a layer, like an onion layer to the gamer or whatever it
Yep.
may be. You know, it's
This
okay. I heard Brother Berg once say, the other guy, Brother Berg, I heard him once say that he believes we're just living in a VR reality
that's it.
and your higher consciousness is having a go of a VR headset.
For example, bro, that intuition pull you have to quit your job, your higher self, giving you that programming. Hey,
Yeah,
time for our next
yeah, time
adventure.
to go. Yeah,
That's all
press the button to
intuition is,
quit.
man.
But
But
it was
then
a
when you
great way of looking at that. It was.
mhm. So your when all intuition is your higher self giving you the codes to okay, go down this route. Like it's all a game.
Yeah,
This
and if you've
really
ever had a go of one of them VR headsets, have you ever had a go of one?
I did.
You
It's fucking
go, you
fun.
can't, you forget you're in one, you're
Yeah.
sweating or stuff,
It's
and
one
that's what we are now.
it's one in Bristol. And it was like I had went last year. And I'm like shooting these things. I'm like, if you when you look around, this shit is real. If I was born into this shit, if I was born with a headset over my eyes, I would think that this is fucking
That was life.
reality. I would
Yeah.
think that's life, bro. I wouldn't know any better. And that's exactly how it is in this
It
physical
is.
fucking
It really
matrix.
is.
Like you
That's
they
a
fucking
great way
tell
of
you,
putting it.
bro.
That.
They fucking tell you this shit in real fucking time. Even that Ready Player One movie, they literally telling you, hey, you're in a even Wreck-It Ralph. You ever seen Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah, yeah.
Another example, just in the cartoon version. They literally fucking tell you this shit.
You're in a game.
And you're in a
That's it.
game. Rambo, always ask my guest this last question, man. What would your message be to humanity during this time?
Stay calm and always be true to yourself. Like, and my thing that I've gone through recently is just trust your gut. Always, never doubt yourself ever. Like, never. Always go with your own gut. If you've got a feeling inside you, go with that. Don't let anyone else kind of override it with their opinion. If you feel like it's right, go for it. Because if it's wrong, it's a lesson. You know.
Let's go. Intuition is because when you ignore your intuition, man, you ignoring your higher self, and that's gonna be the reason why you end up late for work when you should have just took that right or
Yeah.
whatever the situation.
Always,
Yeah.
always follow your own intuition. Always, because like it's been times where I haven't and kick myself for it now. Like, why didn't I just go with what I felt? You know, like just listen to it easily. Don't be easily influenced by others. You know,
And when you feel something,
go
acknowledge
for it.
that.
When that energy is telling you to go with, just go with it. That's what I think. And
At
why
the end of
not?
the
It's
day,
all the game anyway.
it's all a game anyway. This is my shit. When I have my life review, when I'm kick the bucket in this bitch, I'm gonna say, you know what? I lived my best fucking life, and I have no fucking regrets. Maybe I should have smoked that extra joint. Maybe I should have poured me an extra bottle of cider. I'm gonna do the fuck I want to do.
That's it. And while you're doing it, create what you want. You're
Create.
the gamer.
Yeah, fucking right, bro.
Yeah.
Ready player source, man. Hey, that might be the I gotta figure out a catchy title for this episode because this my shit. Rambo, bro. As always, man. Thank you for being on the show, and I fucking love you, brother.
Thanks for having me on, man. I
Hell,
definitely will do it again. Definitely.
hell yeah. You know you always on, bro. You know you always on.
Yeah, man.
Guys,
Yeah,
as
it's
always,
great to be on.
hell yeah, man. As always, guys, you the creator of your reality. Everything you think, feel, and say will create what's around you. I will include Rambo's details at the bottom of the episode because this guy is fucking amazing and he will fucking shatter your matrix like he did mine. I didn't know CGI even existed. I didn't fucking know about this prosthetic fucking if I fumble with that word, who fucking cares? Haven't had my coffee yet. I didn't know about the fucking mask and the fucking gloves. I didn't know this until Rambo. So Rambo, thank you, brother.
Thanks again, Rick.
Guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next Sunday. Keep being awesome. Love you.